Every time I forget, you guys. All right, all right, all right. Well, welcome to your Coaching to Confidence session. I cannot believe that we are already in March. Like, what happened to February and January? I'm not sure, but we are here nonetheless. And one of the things that we know and have heard from all of you guys is that you have interest in learning a little bit more about landing pages and how to leverage them for your businesses. So I have brought the very lovely Leah Scott, as always, to accompany us to lead us through some great ways that you can actually make free and simple and easy landing pages through InTouch. And I'm going to talk after she shows us that on how to leverage them on your social media channels, particularly Facebook and Instagram. And then also how we can leverage them based on our LinkedIn conversation. If you have LinkedIn Pro, how to leverage them in your InMail. So just to give you guys a really brief overview of what landing pages are, and this is not a Webster's Dictionary, what am I trying to say? Description of what landing pages are. But essentially, we've all fallen for landing pages, every single one of you. Anytime you see something on Instagram or Facebook where it's like, click here to find out more, that's a landing page, right? So anytime it promises a consumer one thing and it does deliver upon that one thing, that's really kind of the ethical rule you have to comply with. But the idea is to grab that consumer's information, most notably their email address, because emails are free marketing and that is gold. So that's what we're going to show you guys about. It's a one pager, giving them a highlight of something and then requesting their information so that you can follow up with more information. So without further ado, Leah, if you want to go ahead and share your screen and kind of lead us through how to do that through InTouch.
Thank you, Rachel.
Ladies, just really quick, as questions come in, would you like them to be, do you all want to be interrupted, or should we wait till you get to the end and see if you answer the question?
That's up to Rachel.
Why don't we, I'll keep an eye on the chat too, and type your questions into the chat, guys, or raise your hand. Raise your hand if it's like immediate, like something Leah or I are doing right that second. Otherwise, you can type in the chat and I'll interrupt Leah if I feel like it's something we definitely got to get to. And certainly if we see a hand raised, we will.
And silly question, but everybody knows how to do exactly that, right? Everybody knows how to raise their hand and chat. Yes? Top right. Cool. Okay, Kurt, shut up.
You're fine. You're fine. Take it away.
Thank you. Okay. So if you can see my screen, okay. Okay, great. So available already on your InTouch website is the sale landing page. So agents share this landing page on their social media platforms and with HomeSpotter Boost and social ad engine to generate seller leads. And in the past, I had a training on the lead life cycle for this landing page, which is managing the lead once it arrives in your InTouch database and what to do at each stage until the lead becomes a client. But today we'll learn more about landing pages that you can create today for free. So this one here is a landing page to generate buyer leads that are at the beginning of their home search. And this landing page is great for generating leads with Prospect Square market reports. And this is all through Google Forms, which we'll walk through today. Okay, so mostly everyone has a Gmail address. If you don't, I highly advise that you invest in one because it can go with your Google My Business profile and other profiles that you set up. So if you simply just search Google Forms on Google, select personal. And then you can begin with a blank form to build it out, or you can select a contact information form. So this is the form that we will be working on today to find your dream home. So mind you, all of the images in or on this landing page I pull right from BrandServe, okay? So let's begin. So first I'll select blank. At the top, you can customize your theme. Now, it's best practice that the brand serve cover images work best for these themes here. So if you go into brand serve, market assets, social media, and covers, I'll try that once more. So marketing assets, social media, and covers. And this takes you directly to the Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn cover images. So you can click into any of these tiles here to choose a cover image for your landing page. So we'll select upload, browse. I already have the cover image that I want downloaded. So I'll go into that. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me try this one more time. And you can choose some of the cover image themes that they have available, but again, this is available to you right in BrandServe. I get a lot of questions about where to find images to make your own landing pages or social media posts, and you can do all of that right in BrandServe. And by default, it chooses your own theme colors, but you do have the option to select your own and font style. But we're keeping this very simple today. So next, you'll go to settings. This landing page, and the purpose of a landing page is to lead capture. So that's name, email address, and phone number, and possibly mailing address. But you want to select collect email addresses. And then we'll go to presentation, and you have the option to add your own confirmation message. So once they complete the lead generation or the form, they'll receive this confirmation message here. Be whatever you like it to be. We're not doing quizzes here, but you can set it up for such. But the general and the presentation is where you'll focus on. And then we'll save. Okay, so now we have our cover image. You want to include your title. So for this, buyer form and form description. So with any landing page, you want to prompt the consumer to sign up and let them know that they will be receiving something in exchange for what they're entering on this form here. These listing alerts for this landing page can come from your InTouch website and or any Prospect Square reports. So in the beginning, we did select that this form is to collect email addresses. So this email address will generate here first, and you cannot move that. So now we have our first field. You can either type in your question or statement. And then you have your drop-down list here. So if it's short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, etc. I am choosing check boxes for this form here. And then you can also enter your own photos. But I would not recommend that you do that for this form in particular, but just follow what I'm doing here. So first we'll enter our question. Check boxes here, city, suburb, but you also want to take note that you can add photos as well here. So I am going to add a photo that I've already extracted from BrandServe. And if you have not gone into BrandServe to utilize any photography, you'll go to Marketing Assets and Photography. And lots of options to choose from. And you also have some filter options too. So if you're looking for residential, interior, exterior, lifestyle, etc., urban, you'll find that over to the left. Okay, so back to the form here. I'll choose my first image for city. We'll allow this to upload. So depending how long this takes, I probably will not fully complete the form, but just make note of some important aspects of the form and then move forward with embedding it into your InTouch website. So suburb here. Again, all of the images are directly from BrandServe, free for you to use. Okay, so my photo is there. Now you have the option to make these fields required, and you want to toggle on that required field here. Next, we want to move on to the next section. So here, you want to select the plus to add a question. You can add additional images. You can also add videos, and you can also add additional sections to the first section. But to keep this very simple, just select Add Question. Select our answer option, and then we move on. Okay, again, you enter your options here, your photo, okay. And you can also add other options and comments. So it's just best practice to really play around with this to see how it works best for you. Okay, and you can continue to build this out. So on the finished landing page that I've already created, there are more questions that I did here just with the checkbox and the photo options. And then I also got down to bedrooms, bathrooms, desired price range, and then first and last name, phone number, best way to communicate, logo, and disclaimer. So what's most important for this landing page is the logo and the disclaimer, both that you can find in InTouch or BrandServe, I'm sorry. So you'll go back to BrandServe, select marketing assets and logos. So depending on your level, if you're award or global luxury specialist, you'll want to choose the appropriate logos. And you can find them here. And disclaimers, we want to go to resources and guidelines. And you'll find 2021 disclaimer guidelines here. You can either download or view directly. And if you're unsure on which disclaimer to use, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help. But I am selecting the consumer-facing materials that mention agents, just to cover yourself there. And then you also have all consumer-facing materials that do not mention agents. But this is the one that I selected here. So you want to copy that. You'll go back to your form. We'll select required here. We'll do add question. Actually, I want to add What do I want to add? Let me delete this here. So for the disclaimer, I want to add a text title and description. Type in disclaimer and paste your disclaimer there. So for logo, I want to include image, browse. I already have my logo selected. I believe this is the right one. Okay, and I can move this here. Okay, so those are the important features, logo and disclaimer. So we say that our landing page is pretty much complete. Now you can either send this directly, but the whole point here is to embed into your InTouch website so you can share that page in your social media posts or any other online marketing that you're doing and still keeping that traffic on your InTouch website. So you can select send here to retrieve the link. Is there a question?
Real quick, I think we have a question and it's a hand raised, so I want to get to it. Deirdre, did you have a question?
Yes. So you're toggling from a Google form page that's random and it's not part of CB or the whole tile situation. You're toggling from a Google resource back into a CB tile brand serve resource.
Yes.
So you're not doing this within the CB tile thing. You're taking a third party and integrating it into CB tile stuff.
Yes, you're taking the Google form and embedding it into your InTouch website.
Okay, thanks.
But already on your InTouch website, so this is more buyer focus, but on your InTouch website, you already have the sale landing page here with the lead capture form available. So this is for agents that want to explore other resources and create their own landing page, and again, embed that into their website to keep that traffic there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so you do have the option for a link, and we'll explore that option as well, but you want to hit the source code icon to grab the iframe. And so you can embed in your InTouch website Moxie presentations and also Prospect Square reports too. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so we are back to InTouch, and this is the back end of InTouch. But if you're not sure how to access InTouch, you can do that right from desk to get into your account. Then we want to go over to our website and select Edit Site. Okay, we want to select Add Page. And so here you want to, you have the option to build out a page, which will embed the landing page in your website there, but you also have the option to link out directly to that landing page with that direct link. But my recommendation is to embed it into your website so you can keep that traffic on your website. So here you can name this landing page whatever works best for you. I think we'll have a character limit. I won't review SEO title and meta description here, but just keep in mind that it is important. We have additional trainings on SEO for your InTouch website on our YouTube channel. I'm happy to direct that to you as well.
And you could also click those blue highlighted, question mark or the actual words itself, and it takes you to a good description on what SEO and titles and tags are as well if you're not as familiar.
That's correct. Okay. So now we have our page created. So we want to edit our page to embed the landing page. So here you already have a custom content widget available to you. So you'll select Edit. You can add your headline here if you choose, but you don't have to. And then we'll select Next. So the same embed source code icon that we viewed on the Google form, we'll select this here and paste the iframe code into the source code option. Okay, so if you are comfortable with code, you may be able to code your own landing page right into the InTouch platform, but this is the best way to customize your own landing page for your needs. Okay, so this is just my personal recommendation. The width here is too small for me at 640, so I will bump that up to 800. And then if you also see here, I don't want to get too technical, and I actually don't see it anymore, but we'll see. Okay, so just select OK, and you'll see your form populate here. I wanted to align this center, but I don't see the option to do that anymore. So I will move on. Okay, so we select OK, and then we select next, and we review, and then we save. Okay. So yes, I do like the form to be centered, but that's just my personal preference, but I won't waste any time searching the code for that. So we'll select preview and save. And then you want to publish your page and save here. Okay, so on the front end of our website, we'll refresh. I select my landing page. This is what you can share on social media, on your boost ads, etc. I want to enter the information. I can begin selecting my choices right on this page. Actually, I would like to show you the full page here. So this is what it looks like with all the amenity options and the must-haves. You can select it right on this form. Bedrooms, all of this information here. And submit. Oops, sorry. Okay. And then we submit our form, sorry. And this is the importance of selecting all the requirements or making them required, so the consumer cannot submit without that. Here's my confirmation message. And again, this is the same form that can be completed on your website. Hit submit, confirmation message. Now, once you receive your responses, you will need to check those responses on the Google form. Okay, here's my one response here with my information. And then you download that form to import into your InTouch CRM. So here is what the Excel spreadsheet looks like. I have the date, the email address, and all of my options here. So the idea is to take that information, reach out to the lead, add them to your InTouch database, and either set them up on listing alerts within InTouch or set them up on a Prospect Square market area or quarterly report. And that's pretty much it. Are there any questions about that in the chat?
So I'm sure everyone is probably staring at their screens with a lot of questions, but I think I am recording this, you guys, so it will go into into my YouTube channel, pardon me, and into the Friday Roundup. but really it's kind of cool. So Leah basically made it in two places. She made it in that Google Drive form first so that she could have some more creative control. And then she also embedded it as a page, a landing page, right, in her website or Maha's website for agents to be able to pitch out there as well. So there's really two places. You're going to make it in the Google form first, right, Leah, and then put it into the website.
Yes, and that is the embed feature here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just select OK. And this is the full form. Yeah, it's very simple to do or very straightforward. And again, you do have that sale landing page, but for agents that want to add more additional fields to a landing page, the Google form is the best straightforward option. And it's already embedded into your website, again, leaving that traffic there. And it doesn't take your clients or consumers anywhere. And that's the concept. And I can unshare, Rachel, if you're ready to move forward with your portion, or if there are any other questions I can answer.
Does anybody have any questions for Leah before we get into the social media part of it? No, okay. Well, then I'm trusting you guys are all going to be the landing page experts. Did you have something, Curtis?
I'm kind of like everybody else. This is a lot of information. I'm gonna have to watch this several times to make it all click. Leah, is there a Reader's Digest version of just saying like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, just to sum up before we move on? Like, In Touch, go to Google Forms, go to Forms. Is there anything that?
Yes, I can share my notes with Rachel, and she can include but they are really outlined with step 1 with your Google form, your settings, add your questions, photos, logo, disclaimer, etc.
Yeah.
And I can lay out a little bit more on how to embed that into your In Touch website. But yeah, it's very straightforward.
Okay, yeah, that would be huge because it was so interesting, but my brain was kind of swimming, and so I know I'm going to have to look at that several times.
I totally hear you on that. And it is, and I'm sure once you guys do it 1 or 2 times, it'll be really easy for you guys to keep doing it. But the second part of this series, this session, pardon me, is, okay, I've made this form. It's on my website. I've also got it in Google Forms, but how do I actually drive traffic to it to get leads, to make it work for me? And so that's one of the things I'm going to show you. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go through a few different things first, but as always, I like to back up everything that we say and do with some stats and some reasons on why to do it. And of course, I meant to say from this current slide. So Facebook ads and also Instagram ads are a great way for you all to increase your reach and your brand awareness outside of just your sphere. Of course, your sphere is going to see it too, but if you're looking to grow that sphere, if you're looking to get leads outside of just your people in your contacts and database, this is a great way to leverage it, right? So once you've created that lead form, you've created that landing page, which is basically a lead form, you're going to create ads on Facebook and Instagram. And really, there's 3 main ads that you can look at, but I really recommend you guys pay attention to that get more leads one, and then the promote your page. So, and get more website visitors. These are the 3 that I prefer to leverage specifically on Facebook. There are a few other options when you go into Facebook to create an ad, but most of them I don't feel tend to work as well for realtors. So the get more leads is kind of just what we just did with Leah. It's basically creating a short and sweet lead form asking for information. Because we've already created the lead form, the get more website visitors is actually what will send somebody, like if Zach comes across my Facebook ad, I want him to actually go off of Facebook and into that page, that landing page, to actually fill out more information, engage with me more. And I loved how many questions Leah asked. And think about it, the way she almost made it was one of those quizzes. Would you prefer this or that? And people love responding to those this or that. I mean, I just did that earlier this morning. A few agents in our offices did a this or that in their Instagram story, and I was like voting on it. People really love that. So I think it was really powerful that those are the options Leah chose. So I really like this idea of that, get more website visitors. So I'm actually going to take you guys two places. I'm going to take you into my business page. But first things first, once your landing page is in your website, right? And Leah built hers, I didn't build mine, so I don't have one, but I'm going to pretend it's my search page. You're going to actually want to copy that URL because that's what you're going to put into the Facebook ad. So that's one thing to pay attention to, okay? Then when you're in your business Facebook page, so this is my business Facebook page. Thank you to Brandser for my beautiful cover photo. That's when you're going to decide how to promote and create an ad. So you'll notice that you've got several places right off the bat when you're looking at it to go to create an ad. You've got this promote button over here on the left-hand side, this promote button on the right-hand top side, and also create an ad here. And then you can also create an ad here as well. So I'm actually going to create an ad. And I'm just not going to make it live, but I want to go through this so you guys can see it. And I'm going to say get more website visitors because my goal is every time somebody sees this, if Curtis sees this, that he's going to interact and go to the website that I'm putting right here. So first things first, if you guys have ever tried creating an ad on Facebook, you'll notice that the description starts just pulling whatever is in your description on your business page. So this is the first couple lines of my bio that it pulled in. And if you've ever heard me talk about bios, I love bios that basically line by line, you could pull out almost any line and use it for something. This doesn't really fit with what we're looking for. Let's go off that dream home that Leah was building. So I'm going to say, looking for your dream home, take my quiz to find yours. Now, it's not technically a quiz, right? We didn't build a quiz. I don't want to make things more confusing, but essentially I'm asking people to pick their options. So saying, take my quiz to find yours. Then that website that I just created, that landing page, I just put into my InTouch. And you guys, the reason why it's so powerful to put that landing page into your InTouch website is when leads react to it, it's going to go into your InTouch CRM automatically. So I'm going to put this, now keep in mind, I'm not putting Leah's in there because she built it on her computer. I'm building this on my computer, but let's pretend that's the same lead form, right? And here I can change and edit what my picture can be. Obviously, you can choose images you already have. You can upload new. What I would probably recommend doing is whatever is a main picture featured in your landing page should be this picture here. I don't have Leah's pictures on the ready, so I'm going to keep this one here. But you can also include multiple sources of media as well, or a video, and you don't have to do a static photo. Then you're going to do a headline. I'm going to say, find your dream home today. Type too much. You only have 25 categories, characters. Find your dream home. And then for the button, what I'm going to want them to do is actually click learn more. Or you can also click a couple different ones. I like learn more. You can do sign up, contact us, but I like the learn more because essentially I know the minute that they click this link, it's going to take them to this quiz for them to learn more about how I can help them find their dream home. You are realtors, so this is about housing, and so you are a special ad category. You do need to make sure anytime you guys are doing any ads on Facebook, regardless if it's for a landing page or not, you guys are always doing it with the intention of getting leads where housing and real estate are concerned. So please always make sure that you click special ad category and then highlight what you are, which is housing. What this does is it does put in some guardrails on how you can, the different parameters that you can use to go to an audience. This is in place for a reason. You guys have probably all seen the news. Facebook seems to be in Congress every other month, whether they're under investigation or they're being sued, particularly where housing discrimination is concerned. So these guardrails are up there for a very good reason, to just ensure that realtors and other institutions with real estate or those other categories don't discriminate against individuals. So they're in there for a good reason. It does kind of change what kind of audience you can reach, but you can still get a little bit detailed. So I've gone through. What I love about creating Facebook ads is at any time, you see how on this right-hand side, I actually get an ad preview. So I can see the things I'm typing in here. I can see what it's going to look like to a consumer. And that's the way that you guys can kind of play around, change up your description, try to get some buzzwords and things like that. But it is really easy, and I can actually see all the previews to be able to see this is what it's going to look like on a desktop once my computer actually ends up picking up speed here. Oh, there we go. So when it comes on a desktop right column, and when it comes in a news feed, what it's going to look like on a phone. I encourage all of you guys, everything you put out there is branding that comes back to you. It is your name, it is your logo, it is your brand, it is your business. So really always look at these. And if it doesn't look like something you would want to engage in, maybe change some things around, right? So this is a really cool way to kind of just look at it. When you run ads on your business Facebook, it will also run on your business Instagram if those two are combined. So also do check and see what it looks like on Instagram, just to take a look at it, and what it will look like in stories that come as well. So those are just some quick little tips for you guys. I'm a big fan of branding. I know Leah is too, and what you put out, you really want to make sure is tight and true to you. Then this gets you to the audience. So this is where those guardrails I just mentioned are put into place, but you are able to detail out some different things, right? I can't go into the nitty gritty and do a specific zip code anymore. I can't necessarily drop a pin and do a radius the way you could on MLS. I obviously can't be specific on gender, and I could do a little bit of age, but you actually, you can't. Age is unavailable in special ad category. But what I can do is I can target based on people's behaviors or interests. So that's something that I can kind of look at, right? So I can pick people with houses, first-time buyer, who are interested in Zillow, home, real estate, fixer-upper. All this means is that they've engaged with those types of categories on Facebook. That's all it really means. It's still not going to define my audience that much. My potential reach is 2.1 million. So it's not going to help a ton, but at least it can get you in front of people who are already interested in real estate. And I'm just going to save that audience. Okay. So I'm going to save that audience. It's here. The last part of this, and this is probably the most important for all of your pocketbooks, is you really need to think about the duration. I've trained my Facebook to not auto-click run this ad continuously. If you guys haven't created a lot of ads, your Facebook is probably going to default to run this ad continuously. I don't know about you guys, but I will forget that I have that, and I will end up getting a bill for $400 from Facebook. And I'm sure none of you want a bill for $400 from Facebook ads. So think about how long you want the ad to run and how much money you want to spend per day that it runs. And it obviously has a lot of disclaimers about the daily rate, how it may vary. And then you'll see on this right-hand side, my estimated results. And if I ran this ad at $5 a day for 5 days, that would be $25. And the estimated total people reached per day is going to be anywhere from 328 to 948. So you can kind of play around, see if I go up and how much I'm spending, how many more people that goes. You're just giving Facebook more money to put you into their algorithm, basically. So just kind of play around with that, see what works for you. One of the cool things about Facebook ads, you guys, is you could have 3 ads running at the same time. And I actually really loved to do that when I was trying to get leads. I would run this same ad, but change up a few things. Maybe in ad 1, this is what it looks like. Ad 2, same website, same place I'm trying to get the consumer to go to, but I'm going to change the photo. I might change a few words. I might try capitalizing all the words. And then ad number 3, same website, but I might change the words entirely, change the photo entirely, run them all simultaneously, have all the other filters the same, how much money you're spending per day, and all of the targeted audience, which again is very limited in targeting, because you can actually track. And I really recommend you all do this. Any ads you're running, regardless if it's for this particular training with landing pages, but go in every single day and just track and see. And if you're running 3 ads that all go to the same place, but have slightly different tweaks, you're then able to see what are consumers actually engaging with more. And if they seem to be engaging more with ad number 2, I might pause ad number 1, so I'm not accruing any money in ad number 1, and add more money or more days to ad number 2 and see how that goes. So it is a really powerful, I like to say it's almost like, don't we wish we could do that with farming? Have that analytics of who's actually turning my postcard over, or who's actually putting it on the fridge and not throwing it away right away. This is kind of what that gets you. It doesn't get you straight to that person's profile, right? I'm not gonna be able to see Curtis Hunt liked this ad more than that ad, but it is gonna give you that idea and analytics to be able to tighten up and really hone which images and which branding is working best for you. Once you set all that, then you're just going to hit promote now. And you see it's going to go to my Facebook, my Messenger, and Instagram, because I do have my business Instagram hooked up with my business Facebook. And I already have my Visa card hooked up to there. And I believe that Facebook's rule with ads is after $50, it charges your card. But don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I usually see. So I'm not going to promote this ad right now because I don't have that fancy page that Leah just made, and I don't want to spend $5 starting to run it for the day. But I am going to pop over to you guys to kind of show you what the ads look like and what the analytics can look like for you guys. So when I'm back on my page right now. Oh, look at this delicious dessert breakfast I made for myself the other day, you guys. When you go here, you can go into your insights. And I found that on the left-hand side, right, in your page insights. And I can kind of go through and see all of the different things on my page, what's getting traction. I can also see my most recent posts and what people have reacted to there. And then I can also go and see what the other pages I'm on. But you can also see that in your ads section. Right away in your ad summary, it's going to actually show you the ads that you've run last. You can actually say last 7 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So once you start running your ads, particularly if you're running multiples at once and you're trying to see what's going to work best, go into here and actually take a look, and I can see my most recent ads, and I'd be able to see, right, which ones worked better, which did people respond to, and these actually were run right around the same time, and you can clearly see that this one reached more individuals. So I spent $1 a day more on this one because of that. So these are some really, really powerful analytics, and you can actually go in and click in and see the results totally. What's the difference between post clicks or post engagement, pardon me, and link clicks? And how many times did it get shared? And how much money did I spend fully? I can also rerun the ad. I can edit the ad as well. You can look and see what the demographics were of individuals that looked at your ad and reacted to it. I can also see that more people saw my ad through mobile app newsfeed, which is not really a surprise. You know, more people are looking at Facebook through their app. I didn't get as much Instagram feed through there, but it's really powerful to kind of take a look and see what's working for you and what's not. Because then, like I said, you can promote again. Darn it, I think I just promoted that again, but you can look and promote it again. Don't worry, you can also cancel it if you make a mistake like I just did and click promote. You can always go in and cancel it. You can edit the ad. You can delete it entirely. So there's a lot that you can do about it. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick because I realize I'm not able to see any questions in the chat and see if we have any questions. Mostly just landing page ones. And thank you so much, Leah, for including that form in there. Does anybody have any? Oh, go ahead.
Oop, me?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm curious, and maybe is this possible or not? So if I build the landing page like Leah had built the landing page, and then married it into my business page like you had said on my business page, can I then share that ad to my personal page? And does that have any traction?
You can share it as a post to your personal page, but not as an ad. So that's actually a really great question. And I do recommend that. So if I'm going to make an ad on this, I also think that this is awesome enough to make a post about it on my Facebook page. And I might say, take my quiz to help to identify what your dream home is. And that means anyone that likes my page is going to see that Facebook post. And to Curtis's question, I can share that post to my personal page as well. And I think that's awesome. Anything you build to attract leads, people you don't know, people who don't like you or trust you yet, you should also be sharing more than likely with your sphere, people who do know you, like you, and trust you. And people love taking those quizzes and love it. And chances are when they complete the ad, you probably already have their information in InTouch. But then think of it the same way we think of clients for life, right? All those individuals, we can see who's interacting with what we send out, and it gives you a hot sheet list of who to call. And so if you post this on your Facebook or Instagram and your friends actually take their quiz, right, and identify, that's Curtis's cue to call me up and be like, Rachel, my gosh, I love that you chose or took my quiz. So funny to me that you want to live in a farmhouse in the country and yet you're in a 30-floor high rise. But let's see what we can do to get you there. You know, it's just a friendly touch when it's your sphere more than anything. But that makes a lot of sense too. And that way too, if somebody responds to your ad, if I see Curtis's ad, I might say, okay, well, maybe before I click on this link, let me check out Curtis's business page. And if I see it on that business page as well, it just kind of further solidifies what he's doing to market himself for his clients and outside people. Helena asked a question, the form created in Google directly as opposed to in Facebook, cutting and pasting it. I would actually still copy and paste the page from my InTouch. And the reason why, you guys, that we're saying try to push people to the InTouch is Google Forms is great and it's an awesome tool. And that's why we showed you how to leverage it. But InTouch keeps people in your website. It keeps people searching on your website. So if I'm a consumer and I just reacted to Curtis's lovely little quiz, I might actually be like, oh my gosh, there's a way I can search on his website to actually look at properties. And I might start just playing around and searching to see if there's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo for $250,000 in Rogers Park, you know. But what's nice is I'm in Curtis's page. It's not a Zillow, it's not a Redfin, it's not a Realtor.com where I'm being bombarded with other realtor options to say, hey, schedule me a showing. It's Curtis's page. So if I see something I like and I want to like it, it's going to ask me to register on his page. It's going to cue Curtis that I am trolling around his page looking at properties, right? So that's a big part of the reason why we're really encouraging you guys to do these landing pages through your website. Leah.
Yes, I also wanted to mention I made some changes to the landing page. So I'll share the my screen once more, just so you can take a look. So for agents that have a InTouch Pro account, you already have a branded URL. So you can share this landing page with the / find your home. So whatever the name of that landing page is for you, you can share this link as well directly onto Facebook, or you can drop it into a bit.ly link, which I did because I do not have a website, to either shorten the URL or track as well. So again, this is the full landing page here, and the consumer can complete it. But to Rachel's point, if you want to add some more engagement to that page, you can also insert the search properties widget. And this allows you to choose different templates. You can also include your headline here. Select save and add this to your landing page if you choose. It is an option, just to mention that additional engagement. So just to see how it looks in real time, you'll refresh. And you have your search options here. Again, keeping the consumer on your website. I'll unshare.
And that shows up on the bottom of the page. Is that true? That looks like where it was.
Yeah, you can move it anywhere. So you can move a widget up, down, but you want to capture that information first. So with the email address and the quiz, and then once the consumer completes it or wants to begin searching right away, you'll have that widget as well. It's an option, but you don't have to include it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leah. That was so thorough and robust. And I know everyone is like very engaged and wants to be able to do this. So we're definitely going to share this. You guys are also welcome to set up one-on-ones with Leah through her Calendly. Is that what you use? Link in your signature line?
No, I use Acuity. So
there you go. There's so many terms these days for scheduling things. I just don't know. So you're also welcome to do that with her. I really encourage you guys to look through Sales Pro for some of those classes. Leah and her colleagues in the field marketing department run a lot of classes throughout the week. They also do a lot of Q&A sessions. So this is a really good idea for Q&A. Let's say you guys have started doing it on your own, but you're getting stuck in one place. Tuning into those Q&A sessions is so powerful. And then obviously the education department is actually hosting several evening classes this month, and a lot of them are about lead generation. So while they're not going to create the landing page, one of the other really key things is when you guys are sourcing cold leads, speed to lead is everything. So the minute that Curtis fills this out and I get a notification that he did that, I need to reach out to Curtis right away. I need to make sure that I'm calling Curtis, I'm emailing Curtis, I'm trying to pick up that buyer. He told me he's looking for a $550,000 two-bedroom condo. I can help with that. So a lot of the education department classes are about how to convert those leads, whether it's from online or open house. It doesn't, that doesn't matter as much because the philosophy is going to be very similar, right? Being that warm intro, following up as soon as possible, having the follow-up systems is key, which is why we want you to do this through InTouch, because then they can get your newsletter, right? They can get any other drip campaigns that you want to set and you want to go forward. Allison Swedenberg is asking, is there a way to take the results from the quiz and automatically fill out the search parameters?
Yeah, so not automatically where they will create a listing alert in InTouch, but yes, you can download that CSV and enter that information into InTouch or add it to an InTouch template to import all at once. So once you get those responses, I will advise you to immediately jump into InTouch, enter that information, sign them up for listing alerts through your website or set them up on a Prospect Square market report. So depending on the type of landing page. But it does not automatically go from response into your InTouch account.
Okay, good call. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Well, I'm going to let you guys all go for the day and stop our recording. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. As always, Nakia, Curtis, and myself, we are